This Team Scrubs or Us. Today we're gonna be profiling a Vylon deck.
Vylon, but whatever.
What's your name?
Robert Weston. I guess here at Locals.
Oh, yeah.
And so, run 2 Gen X neutrons. Search for your Vylon cubes, anything else that you really need. 2 Proton Thrashers. Get rid of your Thunder Kings, anything else. And also, you can still plus off of it. Triple Trident Warrior because you needed to get your loop going. I guess I'll explain the loop later.
That's cool. That's cool.
Triple Vylon Cube. You need it with your Trident Warrior. You can search it with your Gen X Neutron. And when it's Secret Summon for a light monster, you get to add a quick spell card to your hand. And that's pretty much all it does. And you can go Greater Brilliant with the loop. Triple Vylon Prism to get your Shockmaster out. This is the main way to get your Shockmaster out with your loop.
Man, you'll explain the loop later, right?
Yeah, I'll explain the loop later. 1 Vylon Hef, just backup plan if once you start looping and you get stuck. 1 Vylon Tetra, you don't really need it besides the loop. 2 Vylon Spears, helps with the loop, but when they're sent to the graveyard, you can pay 500 to equip it to a Vylon monster. Then you can send it to the graveyard to equip 1 Vylon equip spell card to that monster. Triple Shining Angel just for consistency. And also 1 Vylon Nova Summoner.
Fail!
Obviously honest. And 1 Sangin to search out your cubes and anything else.
How many monsters is that?
1, 2, 3,
It's a lot of monsters.
23 monsters. And for spell cards, we're just going to do, I guess, the equip spell cards. 1 Rod of Silence Chaos. This starts your loop.
The loop is crazy, by the way. It's like, ugh.
Triple Vylon Filament. This basically turns your monsters into Ancient Gear monsters while your Vylon monsters. And also helps with the loop. And all the Vylon quick spell cards have a diff trigger effect, so they don't miss timing. And also triple film material. It gives 600, all your violence 600, and it also has a if triggered also. And 1 component, it does basically the same thing, but it pierces. And 2 violent elements. This is basically the main part of the loop, and Rod of Silence Chaos.
And you'll show the loop later, right?
Yes.
A little bit.
2 Vylon Matters. You can search these with also your Vylon quick spell cards when they're sent to the graveyard. Either shuffle 3 quick spell cards back in your deck, either draw a card or destroy 1 card in the field.
Pretty good.
Release Restraint Wave. This is better than Heavy in my opinion in this deck.
What does it do?
You can send 1 equipped spell card that you control to the graveyard and destroy all set spell and trap cards your opponent controls. Dark Hole, obvious, and Monster Reborn.
And traps.
And the last 2 traps, double Royal Decree, because this is a lockdown deck.
Alright, can you show us the loop real quick?
Well, I can't really explain the loop unless I explain the extra deck. Your main part of the loop, what you're mainly going for is Vylon Omega. Basically, when it's Secret Summon, you can destroy all monsters that were normal summon or set. And
yeah,
it does a lot of stuff.
Yeah, pretty good. Pretty good card.
And it negates monster effects. All you have to do is send 1 quick spell card from it to negate a monster effect, and this can even negate in the battle phase.
So it can negate Gores?
Yeah, it can negate Gores. One alpha. I don't like alpha this much, but it's a better alternative if you can't go anywhere else with the loop. If you're stuck someplace. One epsilon. This is basically your dad of the deck. You put one spell card to it, and you can send that to the graveyard to destroy one monster you control. Your opponent controls. Vylon Delta, this is what I mainly go for the loop when I'm about to do the loop. But during the end phase, you can search for a Vylon equip spell card to your hand. And 2 Vylon Sigmas. This is, once I fully get my side deck, this is what I'm going to be siding to because this can also possibly be an OTK card. And it's also another alternative for my Delta. Those are my Vylon Synchros. Then my normal Synchros, Ancient Sacred Wyvern, any light deck should basically have this in it. Gaia Knight, it's a speeder. Catastor, you don't really need it, but it doesn't help.
He's cool, I guess, to have. Like a cool card to have.
And I always find myself going into it. Exceed monsters. 1 Giga Brilliant. This move monsters. 1 Leviathan. Utopia and Utopia Ray. Just in case if you're low. Photon Butterfly Assassin. I don't care what anybody else says, it's Photon Butterfly Assassin to me. And also, main component to the loop is
Shockmaster.
Shockmaster. So now I'll explain the loop.
Okay, what do you need for the loop?
What you need for the loop is basically 4 cards. If you want the ultimate lock, you technically need 5. But what you need is you need a Vylon Cube in your hand, or a Giant Warrior, or a Photon Crasher. Either one of these. Vylon Element, Vylon Quick Spell card, and Rod of Silence, and Royal Decree. Basically. This is for your ultimate lock, basically, right here. If you have like this. But mainly you're going to add one of these to Quick Spell cards with Cube's effect. Because what happens, you go normal summon Giant Warrior, special summon your Cube, then you sync for either your Sigma or your Delta. Then after that, you search for, let's say, Rod. So you activate Element, then you equip Rod to Delta. The Delta's Rod's effect is basically, it cannot be targeted by spells. The equip monster cannot be targeted by spell cards. Since equip spell cards are targeting it, it destroys the spell card. So what happens, you equip the filament, your Vylon equip spell to your monster. This, since Rod would destroy this, you get a special summon from Element, and you get to search for filament. So you go, keep on searching, you special summon your Prism.
And you just keep sending equip cards to the grave, right?
Yeah, pretty much. And you just basically at the end of the loop,
You can trigger one to Tako.
it's a pretty long loop. But what happens is you go Shockmaster. Giga Brilliant. And Omega. But these equip to it because you can pay 500 to equip them to any monster on the field. Then you set your Royal Decree. Then you activate Spirit's Effect to equip another spell card. What I mainly do is equip a material to it, then I actually activate Omega's effect to equip one Vylon's, monster in my graveyard, equip to it, and activate Spirit's effect again to equip either a material or filament or a component. And let's just take this for instance. Then activate Gig Brilliance effect to boost everything up. Then activate Shock Master's effect to call spells. And just wait for them to then let them go. Then they're in the same breath phase. Activate Royal Decree and then walk down because they can't activate spells, can't activate traps, and they can't activate monster effects. If they try to activate monster effects, I can just send one quick spell card to the graveyard to destroy it.
Anything else you'd like to say?
Not really.
Oh. Well, I guess that's the deck, guys, and pretty cool, pretty crazy.
You gotta say the catchphrase.
I don't know the catchphrase.
There are no real.
I don't like saying that. No.
Okay, whatever.
All right. Well, bye, guys.